Hello, beautiful love light. Hello, hello. Welcome. I'm Jamie. I am a certified Reiki master and self-proclaimed spiritual maestro. I received a vision in a meditation where I was standing in front of you, beautiful symphony of love lights, all playing out your lovely soul songs. And I was simply a keeper and a conductor of all of the energetics that exist all around us all the time. I am coming in here, my channel, Heart Rhythm Healing, to share with y'all what I'm learning about the Mayan Galactic Calendar and the way of flowing through that time, space, dimension continuum, I guess. Really beginning to see time less and less as money, which is what we see it as in today, or at least that's what people say, right? Time is money, time is money, time is money. It's actually art. And it is very creative, and we are creative beings flowing through this creative world that we find ourselves in. And the more that we can really latch on to that idea that we are creators, co-creating with this life force energy that exists around us, that I will openly admit I don't fully understand, but I know and I trust that it exists for a couple reasons. Number one, my own personal experiences. Just me living my life, really trusting my intuition and seeing how my life has unfolded through that trust. And I want to share that with people, right? Like, dial into you. You have all the answers. Trust yourself, beautiful love light. Trust yourself. Know that you have those creative powers. And if your life sucks, like so many people say, God, my life sucks. Bar. Stop paying attention to what you see with your physical eyes, please. I mean, you can do what you want, truly. Like, life is a choice. You have free will choice to do whatever you desire. When you stay focused on the things that you see with your physical eyes, that's what you continue to create. I need new language, y'all. I'm so tied to this old way of like commanding and demanding, and that's the last thing that I want to do. I want it to be an invitation for you to see that if you practice viewing life as creative and shifting the conversation that you have with yourself inside your head about the things that are happening around you. Choose healthier, more uplifting, higher vibrational words and just see what changes for you, what shifts start to take place. You don't need to do anything. You don't have to do anything. You're not forced. It's a choice. But if you're going to sit in this space of my life sucks, I really want you to understand you're creating that. You're continuing to cycle through that. So this is an invitation, and I want to extend that invitation. If you are finding yourself stuck in the muck of my life sucks, I would like to offer you the invitation to, yes, spend, invest money into yourself. It's $19.99 a month. It's at the Harmonic Vibrational Attunement Ensemble. And within that space, we are at the very beginning. So it's not going to be this like awesome, cool, collaborative creation station space that I view in my mind's eye, because we're at the beginning. But if you want to help all of us get there, I'm offering you that invitation to come into that space. My guarantee to you forever is that you are going to receive life force healing energy every single day. Every day, that energy is going to flow to and through you for your highest benefit and good, to begin to break apart the densities and the blockages that exist within your energy body, your spirit, your mental body, your emotional body, and your physical body. And it's going to have a ripple effect throughout your entire life. Because as you break apart those densities, as you break down those blockages, as things start to bubble up inside of you and you sit with them and you begin to unpack them and look at them and learn the lessons, and you start to make different choices and the conversation inside of you changes, your life changes. And that's what I'm offering as an invitation. Again, if you are stuck in the muck of my life sucks, come on over to the Harmonic Vibrational Attunement Ensemble and just check it out for a few months and see how things begin to shift and sort and change for you. Anyway, if you want a calendar to follow along with me, there's a link. All the links that I talk about are in the description box below. There's even a link to the harmonic.us is my own little app space where I am creating a high vibrational online sacred medicine space. The harmonic.us is that free space you can come. I do Monday morning meditations so that we can kick off our week on the good foot, is what I like to say. And then Tune In Tuesday is in the Harmonic Vibrational Attunement Ensemble, where I send that healing life force energy. We steep in it every Tuesday, but you receive it every single day. As a subscriber, you get that energy transmission every single day. That link is in there. The link to the calendar at 13moon.com. If you want to know your own galactic signature, which are all of the combinations of the 13 tones of creation and the 20 different tribes and glyphs that exist within the Mayan calendar. There's a decoder for your galactic signature link in the description box. There's a link to Astro Dream Advisor. I'm going to read through the question of the day and a more richer explanation of unpacking this red serpent day that we find ourselves in. And then I think that's it. Oh yeah, there's also a link to Miss Cassia's channel, Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia, because she is the reason that I am even remotely aware that this exists. And so I want to give her a shout out as often, if not every time, because it matters. She's rad. And I think that I think you might like her. She's pretty cool. Okay, so the red self-existing moon year is the year that we're flowing through. The code keys that are tied to this whole year, every single solitary day this year is coded with the vibration and energetics of these words. The idea is to sit with the vibration of these words, unpack and identify insights that come up when you hear these words, or associations to these words, or feelings that come up within you, and unpack them, journal about them, try to dig in and figure out what are the messages that this whole red self-existing moon year are seeking to show me through the ideas of these words. So the red moon code keys are purifies. Sorry, y'all, I looked at a different word and it threw me off. Purifies, universal water, and flow. How is that being threaded throughout your entire year? The code keys of the self-existing tone of creation are define, measure, form. We are also flowing through the 65-day season, the red Eastern Serpent season of instinct, really connecting to the primal nature of yourself. We're in the 52-day castle of time, the green central castle of enchantment, really gaining crystal clarity about what you're thinking, what you're speaking, and what you're feeling, and how those are cycling into manifestation and creating and enchanting, or creating like the casting spells within you and around you. And then we have the 28-day lunar cycle, which is the resonant moon of attunement that we currently find ourselves in. Those code keys are channel, inspire, attunement. And then we are flowing through the 11th day of the Blue Eagle wave spell. Blue Eagle's code keys are creates, vision, and mind. So I really want you to anchor into, like, what are you seeking to create? What vision are you casting within your mental body? And I really believe as we flow into, I'm curious, does the, wait, I'm on the wrong page, I'm sorry. Yeah. So get this. The new moon is the beginning of the next wave spell, which is the yellow star wave spell. So the last day, the 13th day of the Blue Eagle wave spell, where we are invited to create this vision within our mental body, is the day before the new moon, which is always a really beautiful opportunity for us to plant our intentions of what we seek to manifest. It's one of the main energetic offerings of the new moon. It kicks off the entire lunar cycle. It's the very beginning of the next synodic lunar cycle. So lunar cycle. So again, it's this beautiful opportunity to really gain clarity about the vision that you want to create. Document it, and then plant those seeds into this new moon that's coming up. So that brings us to today, which is a Red Spectral Serpent day. And I have a friend who's been watching who is a red serpent. So today is one of your days to really take note of the energetics that are flowing. We're going to talk about the red serpent. We're going to talk about the spectral tone, which is my tone. I'm a white spectral wizard. So today is my tone day. So it's also one of those like, pay attention today. And even cooler than that, today is one of the 13 clear signs of Pacal, I think I'm saying that, Pacal Votan. So Pacal Votan was the last kind of known ruler of the Mayan Empire. And I have a couple things that I want to read about Pacal Votan, maybe? I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. My apologies to anybody who knows how to pronounce that. Okay. So again, he was a king, one of the leaders of the Mayans prior to like basically their like major disbanding. So Pacal Votan, Pacal Votan said that mankind would disconnect from the laws of natural order through the use of artificial time and become addicted to materialistic values, becoming ignorant of our sacred interdependence with nature. Anyone feel like maybe we're in that zone where we have, we would disconnect from the laws of natural order through the use of artificial time and become addicted to materialistic values, becoming ignorant of our sacred interdependence with nature. That is all of creation. This current fifth world cycle is known both as the triumph of materialism and the transformation of matter. How fitting are those descriptions in this closing age of time? I believe we have accomplished both and now find ourselves awakening to the fact that something much greater and very important to our survival has been missed or unknowingly discarded along the way. So again, this is the author of who's writing about Pacal Votan. It's possible that this was written prior to the December 12th, 2012 supposed like end of the year, which is a false interpretation of. However, we still are flowing through this transition of time. Okay, Pacal understood, I keep saying that. Pacal understood that mankind would have to awake from a state of amnesia to regain our conscious connection to universal natural 1320 cosmic time of synchronicity. And by adopting it, would become no longer spiritually bound by a restrictive, materialistic, centric 1260 mechanized time illusion. Truth be told, time is not money. Time is art. And then I want to read the last paragraph, I believe, is what I wanted. A key mystery as to how we may, I think, create heaven on earth is what they're talking about, has been revealed through the wisdom of Pacal Votan's message about our needed reconnection to once again return to our complete selves by connecting to the natural order of the universe through our use of the 1320 frequency of natural time, which is exactly what we're doing in here. So these 13 clear signs of Pacal Votan from the calendar, this is what it says. There are 13 specific dates / energies which were carved into the ancient tomb of Prophet Pacal Votan, the chief time engineer of the classic Mayan era, sage king of the Yucatec base, Nachan, house of the serpent, Palenque. These dates recorded auspicious occurrences during his lifetime and may signify potential synchronicities to unfold in our current day. We are reminded that 1320 radial time unites past, present, and future. Each of the 260 kin serve as memory storage units, granting us the ability to access or seed information. When the daily calendar lines up with one of these 13 codes, Tune in to the special magic of these signs and see what you can decode of their relevance, whether personal or planetary. So, as I talk about this red spectral serpent, kind of begin to tune into the special magic that these signs and that the glyph and the tone has to offer, to see what you can decode of their relevance, whether personal or planetary. If something comes up for me, I'll share it. If something comes up for you, please share it in the comments. All right, so we're going to dive into Red Serpent first, y'all. I'm going to show you the glyph. I know I forget to do that sometimes. I apologize. So this is the glyph. Can you see that? Red Serpent is, of course, associated with the red tribes, which is associated with the direction east. And that code key is initiates. So again, something is being initiated today during this 13 sign of Pacal Votan. The code keys are survives, life force, and instinct. And the quote from John Lee, I don't know who that is, I'm sorry, is, "I have learned that the body listens to rhythms the mind can't even hear." Red Serpent represents our primal nature, our instinctual body wisdom, our sensuality, creativity, and passion. Serpent reminds us to center in our earthly vehicles. Anchor into your physical body. Center into your earthly vehicle, honoring them as incredible, sensual mechanisms. And I'm going to throw in that they're self-healing, y'all. You have everything that you need. You are fully equipped with all the wisdom and all the healing that you need. You just need time and space and opportunity to unpack it all. And again, I'm going to make a shameless plug for the Harmonic Vibrational Attunement Ensemble. That's exactly what that space is for. Recognizing that our bodies offer us infinite opportunity for experience. They are our living temples, our one and only home for this lifetime. As our partners in life, our bodily vessels invite us to nourish ourselves, to ground, to breathe, to stretch, to move, to dance, to feel, to discover, to physically express, and above all, to sense. To be creatures, not intellects. Follow the body. It has a language all its own. So this is very primal and instinctual, because instinct is one of the words. The code keys. Intimately connected to our soul, our serpent bodies and its senses are gateways to that which lies beyond the body, offering themselves as a conduit to access this greater wholeness. As a tool and a guide, our bodies are our allies in self-intimacy, renewal, and empowerment. Life force is our vitality. Every moment, the decisions we make impact our store of life force. It is ours to cultivate and care for. One of the most powerful sources of life force we all possess is our sexual energy, literally our sacred, creative energy. Known as our Kundalini, our inner serpent fire ignites our divine potential residing within. The serpent reminds us to merge our primal life force energy with our higher visionary ego mind to become balanced and fully alive. So I'm smiling because the eagle mind appeared, every time I read Red Serpent, it's going to be, but we're also in that blue eagle wave spell. So I just think that's really cool. I'm going to back up. The serpent reminds us to merge our primal life force energy with our higher visionary ego mind to become balanced and fully alive as a feathered serpent. This allows us to bring holistic insight into matters of survival and creation, assuring we see what's near and far. So again, there's special magic in these energetics today, y'all. There's special magic behind the notion, the code keys of survives, life force, and instinct. Begin to kind of, what's resonating with you about those words? What bubbles up for you? And then we also have special magic coming from the spectral tone of creation, which is tone 11, which is a master number in numerology. The code keys of the spectral tone, so again, sit with these words, are dissolve, release, liberation. The quote for tone 11 comes from the Mayan Factor, which is the book written by Jose Arguelles. 11 represents the dynamic of dissonance, accounting for randomness and non-stability. Excuse me. Sorry. Tone 11 represents the power of creative dissolution and dissonant structure. What can appear as destruction or chaos may actually be the necessary forces of liberation, evoking a release from rigid structure and format. Ooh, if that doesn't freaking ring bells of the last couple of years, I don't know what does. As we release that which no longer serves, we make way for new opportunities and understandings to emerge. So again, I go back to what I just read about Pacal Votan and this notion of moving from like materialism, like moving out of that, like triumph over materialism. You know, make way for new understandings to emerge, new ways of living, new ways of being, setting us free from expectations or definite notions. Spectral energy breaks us out of routine. I love that because I don't like routine. In fact, I fight the habitual nature of humans because I just don't like routine. And even though I understand that it serves us, and if you are routinized, that's awesome because it probably serves you well, and I highly recommend that you stay that way. But for me, I have fought it tooth and nail, and the more that I learn about myself, the more it makes perfect sense for me. That I have thought that that is the only way to live, is to be organized and in a routine and have good habits, good healthy habits. And that's never felt right. And so I believed that there was something wrong with me all this time. And the reality is there's nothing wrong with me, that I don't really align with habits and routine. That is my habit. That is my routine, is to be spontaneous and to not do things the same every day. So if that's you, if you've been struggling, feeling like you're not good because you're not organized or routinized or have really healthy habits, allow this to be your permission or opportunity to maybe begin to see that as a strength. That maybe that uniqueness about you and me is on purpose for a really beautiful creative purpose. Just something to consider. All right, break us out of routine. And I'm a spectral wizard. That's what I'm saying. Sorry, that's what kickstarted that whole thing is. My tone is spectral, so it makes sense that, you know, this spectral energy feeling its full spectrum. So that's why I have this backdrop. It is the full spectrum of light and life. That's what I seek to project into this space and into all of the videos that I do, and even some like pictures that I take and post online. Okay, dang it. Revealing its full spectrum of colors. Tone 11 provokes us to see aspects of our wholeness that may be yet undiscovered, guiding us to dissolve fixed concepts, fears, or habitual patterns that weigh us down, or even what we think about those habits or lack of, right? Spectral power declares, I invite breakthrough. I dissolve identity. I unsolidify. I release old models for new models. I wield dissonance as a force of liberation. Ooh, I love that. I wield dissonance as a force of liberation. So like a dissonant structure is sort of like when you create dissonance, you create like an interruption in a very like harmonious pattern. So as much as I'm all for harmony, like harmonization, dissonance has its place in space to sort of disrupt that pattern, to create a different vibrational quality out into the universe. And so this I wield dissonance as a force of liberation. It sort of breaks you free of that rigid structure. It might be harmonious, but every once in a while, harmony needs to be disrupted in order to make sure that you're not falling into a rut. I redeem chaos as untamed order. I shed. I free limiting beliefs and constructs. No box, no separation, no boundaries, uncontained, free form, receptive to the prismatic range of possibility. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love this. Like my body is just lighting up inside. I don't know how your energetics are feeling right now, but man, everything inside of me is just like, this is so like, and the fact that there's special magic in all of this is also super exciting to me. Spectral advises, let go. Let yourself be absorbed by life itself. Be flexible in yielding to the formless flow. There's that word again, flow, from the red self-existing moon year. Be flexible in yielding to the formless flow. Allow your focus to cover a vast range. Dissolve feelings of constrictions. Welcome spontaneity, seeming disruptions, and unexpected detours. Welcome them. Release allegiance to limitations, reliance upon format, or fixation upon control. Undo, break down, mix it up. Allow energy to travel as it needs, disperse into formless existence. And then at the end, there's a quote from Jonathan Goldman from Shifting Frequencies. Quote, in the chaos it creates, dissonance can shake up static energy and allow transformation to occur if one can stay fluid when encountering its energy. Love it. All right, so our daily affirmation for today, again, it's a tone 11 day. So we say that we are guided by our own power doubled. That affirmation is in the description box below. If you'd like to follow along with me as I read it, just click the more and it'll open up and you'll be able to see it. Here we go. I dissolve in order to survive, releasing instinct. I seal the store of life force with the spectral tone of liberation. I am guided by my own power doubled. One more time. I dissolve in order to survive. Releasing instinct, I seal the store of life force with the spectral tone of liberation. I am guided by my own power doubled. And then lastly, we're going to Astro Dream Advisor. There's a link to the Blue Eagle Wave spell that I'm reading from this I can't see that, this page on astrodreamadvisor.com. So it's day 11. The question to sort of ponder, thank you. What do I need to let go of in order to be truly liberated? Red serpent qualities, passion, sexual energy, life force, vitality, sensing, body wisdom, instinct, creativity, serpent, integration, intimacy, motivation, desire, kundalini, and purification. Red serpent represents the reptilian brain. This part of the brain thrives on routine, pattern, and predictability. Okay, how funny that it is connected to spectral, where we have this the brain thriving on routine, pattern, and predictability, which is why I've always felt that there was something wrong with me, right? Like the brain thrives on that. But I've always been very like, I've bucked habit and routine and all those things. And that's what the spectral tone of creation brings in, is that dissonance, right? That like spontaneity and breaking apart those rigid structures. So these two things coming together. And again, with that special magic of the 13 signs of Pacal Votan, one of these signs that's on the top of his sarcophagus, that stone top to his, where he was buried. It's just super cool. And again, I'm still learning about the 13 signs of Pacal Votan. I just kind of dug in really quickly to get some more information. Hopefully, the next one, maybe I'll have a little bit more information for us. I'm not making any guarantees, though. But that'd be pretty cool. Or if y'all know more, please share in the comments. All right. If you are in the shadow of Red Serpent, you may be living your life on automatic pilot, appearing to be separated from choices motivated by your essence self. Utilize the power of Red Serpent to create spontaneity and novelty, freeing the predictability of the routine and habitual. The shadow of Red Serpent can also be seen as adherence to cultural beliefs. One example of this is having the right diet, the right car, the right house, the right meditation practice, and so on. Another is wanting others to fit your picture of desirability or fulfill your desires in order to create a feeling of security or self worth. Okay, wow, that's kind of a big thing. So, another shadow of Red Serpent is wanting others to fit your picture of desirability, wanting others to fulfill your desires. And that's in order to create a feeling of security or self worth within yourself. So be very aware of those. Transform these patterns. Discover your own intrinsic motives. Sense the novel choices available to you. Practice making decisions intuitively and spontaneously. You are being asked to connect instinct with essence. Another shadow of Red Serpent is being attached to the physical body or being enmeshed in sensual desires. Perhaps you identify so much with your body and how it looks that you think your body is you. This can support the illusion of separation from your essence self. Work with the issues and physical desires held within your body. Step aside from your self judgments and issues of sexual expression. Utilize Red Serpent to fully experience sexuality in alignment with love. See the body as a sacred tool for transformation. Step aside from judging the sexual preferences and expressions of yourself and others. Red Serpent offers transformation and healing. In exploring the use of the body as a sacred tool, issues about the meaning of love will often arise. Often we operate from a place of conditional love, which implies the fulfillment of some expectation. Conditional love has many strings attached, and it often creates jealousy, manipulation, and judgment. The transformation offered in this shadow is found in learning to love yourself and others unconditionally, with no strings attached. This is the underlying framework for becoming who you truly are, the mind of light. Love light. Once you stand in the full light of Red Serpent, truly letting go of the above shadow, Red Serpent invites the purifying spark of the sacred fire, the Kundalini, to align and integrate your body, mind, and spirit. Red Serpent can help you uncover apparent blockages in specific chakras to clear and align them. If you're working on a process of purification, invite Red Serpent to assist you. Red Serpent's symbol is the serpent, representing healing and wholeness. This Mayan medicine can remove toxins, rejuvenate, and transform dis-ease. Red Serpent is also known by the Maya as the Kultanlilni or Kundalini, the energy that moves up from the base of the spine and out through the crown chakra. There are two aspects of this force, the Ida and the Pingala, representing its male and female polarities. One of the ancient secrets of Red Serpent is the activation of higher states of consciousness through balancing these two polarities so that they dance within us as one. Another metaphor for this serpent energy comes from the Mayan words Luk Umen Tun Ben Kan, or those absorbed by the serpent of the sacred knowledge. When the 7 chakras are fully activated, one experiences an enlightened state. Red Serpent represents the basic structural apparatus of your motivations, instincts, desires, and your innate movement toward wholeness. Red Serpent asks you to shed the skin of your past and step into the fires of alchemical transmutation. In this, rebirth is revealed. This desire is an innate response encoded in the depths of your being. With the energy of Red Serpent, you learn to use the innate intelligence of the body. In this culture, you may have become separated from this wisdom. It works like this. When you suppress and ignore your issues, your body receives and retains the unconscious metaphors of that which is ignored. This may be expressed through physical symptoms that bring your unconscious issues to conscious awareness. When this happens, work toward a more conscious relationship with your body and work with the physical metaphors in order to heal yourself on all levels. So what's coming up for me is Heal Your Body by Louise Hay. It's a little book, and it talks about like all of the little like pains or symptoms or hurts within our body that can crop up. And there, Louise Hay has written down like different ideas about what your body may be trying to tell you on a spiritual energetic level. And there are mantras that you can start to say to, again, like recode the DNA within your body to help you heal. So that's it, beautiful love light. That's the energetics of this beautiful day, the Red Spectral Serpent day, this 13, the 13 clear sign of Pacal Votan. There's special magic coded into today, and I invite you to do your best to sit with those energetics and see what bubbles up for you. What is that special magic? What are the lessons that this time and this day are offering you? And it doesn't have to be today. Whenever you see this video, understand that you are hearing this message right on time. Because again, time is art. It comes to you when you're ready for the message. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. And time is the most precious creative gift that we can share with one another. And I'm so thankful that you're sharing this time with me. If you got value from this, if you like this, please click the thumbs up button for me. If you want to subscribe to my channel, please do that. Click the bell if you want notifications of when I go live and do these videos. And again, come join me at the harmonic.us, or even better, the Harmonic Vibrational Attunement Ensemble. I would love to have you in any of those spaces. I also have all the links to where I'm at on Facebook, Instagram. I am just so thankful that you're here. So thank you, beautiful love light, for showing up in this space and sharing this time with me. Truly, it means the world to me more than you and I could ever truly understand, because it really does matter. We think that what we do doesn't matter. It really does. Every little tiny thing that we do matters. And the more that we can take conscious control over those things and do them on purpose, with purpose, intentionally, consciously, with full awareness, the better and better and better and better our lives become. And so does the world around us. So thank you so much for being here. I love you, beautiful love light. Have an awesome day. Bye. Oh, until we meet again, go shine your love light. Bye.